This video is packed with tons of DIY decor inspiration and truly anyone can make. Hello everyone, welcome back to DIY Beauty on Purpose. My name is Leonette and let's get started. Alright, for this DIY, I am going to start with this faux leather that I got on Amazon and I love. I actually got brown and black. It comes in a roll and is pretty inexpensive. I do have in my Amazon store if you are interested in taking a look at it. I'm going to cut off two 12-inch by about an inch and a half strips. Then I'm going to take these clips that come in the Dollar Tree. Let's see, it's like the floral basket chains. I'm just going to need 4 of them, and I always keep them even when I use the chain. And I'm just going to thread the faux leather right in and fold it so that it kind of hooks on it, and then I'm going to secure it with hot glue. I'm going to do it again in a little bit of a close-up so you can see what I'm doing. So you're going to fold it, and then you're just going to kind of fold it forward and then kind of flatten it out. See right there, so that it kind of makes into a V so that that little hook fits in there nicely snug. And then hot glue it to make sure that it's not going to come apart. And because it has that fabric kind of felt in the back, the hot glue really sticks and it's actually very secure. So now that I have the two ready, I am going to put a little glob of hot glue, and I'm going to take these upholstery tags and just poke it right through. Now it came out on the other side, so I'm just going to cut it and then put a little bit of hot glue to make sure that it's not going to tear any curtains apart. And that's it for this one, guys. Such an easy, simple one you can actually make with any fabric. And I think they turned out so amazing. I love the way they turned out. It has like a very modern, almost masculine too, look to it. For this next DIY, I'm going to take 2 of these wooden arrows from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to cut off the little end corners here just so that it fits in my miter box. I'm going to cut them so that I have a rectangle. I'm going to sand down the edges just a little bit so that they are smooth, and then I'm going to stain them using Rust-Oleum aged glaze. This is in their like grayish tone, and just let it dry. It's really easy to use, this glaze. I really like that it doesn't have a strong scent and it's water based, so it's easy to clean up off of your hands. I'm going to now drill more holes on the boards. I want this to have 4 holes. Now 2 of them were already on there, but I wanted to make them bigger, and then one of them almost broke. So I just ended up drilling another hole in front of the original one. Sand it down just to make sure again that it is smooth. And then I'm going to use some jute twine from Amazon. This is the black jute twine, and I'm just going to thread it through this ring that I got so long ago. It was from a curtain rings and I have them left over. I'm going to loop it through, so now I have 4 strands, and that way they're nicely long because I'm not sure how long I want these shelves to be. I'm going to thread them through the hole. Now for the first shelf, I tied both strings together, but then I ended up changing my mind and I switched it up to where I just tie it around the around each other, and I'm going to show you how I do it here in a minute. And that way it gives you 2 ways you can do it. You can knot it too so that it doesn't thread through the hole. However, the knots were a little bit too small and it was coming right through, and I didn't want to make a huge knot, so I thought about then again tying them together like this, but then you can see it from the front. So I was just trying to see which way would work best, and then I ended up just tying them around to each other. For this other one, instead of tying them together, I'm just going to tie it around to each one, just like that. And that way, it just didn't have that tie knot on the bottom that you can see. But I think these turned out super cute. It's great for little tiny flowers. The succulent from Dollar Tree is perfect on these. I really love the way they turned out. Almost like a farmhouse, like a modern farmhouse look. I'm so excited, guys, because today's video is in collaboration with Kiki from Kiki DIYs. She invited me into her challenge, which is Unusual Spring Wreath Challenge, where you make your own unusual wreath for spring. I was so excited because I love making wreaths, and to think outside the box, yes, I'm in. So I'm going to have her channel linked down in the description box, as well as the playlist. So if you want to take a look at tons of unusual wreath inspiration, check out that playlist. At the very end, so my very last DIY, I'm going to show you what unusual spring wreath I created. I'm so excited to show you. All right, for this next DIY, I'm going to use this Dollar Tree wooden flower, and I am going to trace it on this craft paper that I got at Michael's. Then I am going to cut it to size and glue it using glue stick.
Soul, hurt, and fire, and ice. Raindrops, teardrops, a good old cry.
Here I'm just making sure that nothing is lifted up, that everything is flat, and that any excess glue would be out. And then I'm going to use my X-Acto knife just to make sure that the outside details, like the edges, are nicely cut and trimmed. After that, we are going to add some tiny little legs just using these wood beads. This is going to be like a decor riser where you can place florals or a vase or whatever you'd like to use it for, but I think it turned out absolutely adorable. I love the gold tone of the craft paper. All right, don't forget that this month's giveaway is a crafting heat gun. To enter on the giveaway, all you have to do is watch and comment. Any comments made in March of 2021 will be entered to win this giveaway. All right, for this next DIY, I'm going to use this Dollar General tag that I got a long time ago. I have used them over and over again. They were on sale for like 75 cents. I removed the pumpkin that was on it as well as the rope. And then I'm going to take this Dollar Tree napkin that is in their party section. I marked where the little round circle is, and I'm just going to start cutting it using my X-Acto knife. This is a 2-ply napkin, so I'm going to remove the back portion of it. That way it's nicely thin. And using some Mod Podge, I am going to place Mod Podge all over the tag as well as the top of the napkin after I have placed it and make sure that it's where I want it to be. Using my sanding block, I'm just going to sand off the excess napkin that is on the edges, and I think it just adds a little bit more of a little tiny distress on the edges, which is really cool looking. Once I have that there, it's time to place some florals. These are from the Dollar Tree. Going to keep it very simple. I'm going to take a couple of them, wrap the stems with some jute twine, and hot glue it to the bottom. I am going to place that rope that it came with originally back on it, knot it where it was knotted, and then that's it, guys. This one turned out so cute. I think it would look great hanging or even placed in a console table or a mantle, and it's just beautiful. For this next DIY, it's going to be another very simple one. I'm going to use one of these flat canvases from the Dollar Tree, and then one of these leftover garden fence that the Dollar Tree carries. I recently made a wreath with half of it, so this is the remaining part of it. And I know everyone is using these fences, but hey, I had this one left over, so why not? So I'm going to cut out just one of those rounded sides and just make sure that I cut off any excess fence that is on it and make it as smooth as possible. Then I'm just going to place some hot glue on the back and place it right on top of the canvas. I'm going to make a very simple floral arrangement. I'm going to take these 2 leaf picks from Amazon, and I am going to just tie them and join them together using jute twine, hot glue it to the bottom, and then I'm going to take a leftover sunflower from the Dollar General, place it right on the center, and then I'm going to place some jute twine on the back to be able to hang it, and that's it. It does not get easier than this, guys. Truly, so easy.
Come to the water where you will find peace. Take a step into the river. Get down on your knees. Come to the mountain. Well, take it in the view. You will find that life is greater than you knew. When you go through the storm, I will hold you, keep you warm. When you stay in the night,
For this next DIY, I'm going to take more of these wooden beads and I'm going to thread a total of 24 beads. I am going to make some napkin holders, some napkin rings, and instead of threading and then threading again, I'm just going to thread all the beads that I need for all 4 of my napkin rings and then just separate them as I need them. So this is some white jute twine that I got again also on Amazon. Actually, no, this one is from Walmart. And I'm just going to tie it. So I'm just going to make little tiny rings, but I'm going to leave about 1.5 inches of jute twine, as you can see, because we're going to place this little flowers from Dollar Tree, and again with jute twine, just wrap it around that area where there was no beads. So the little space in between the beads, this is where I'm wrapping the floral arrangements. And I did the same thing with all 4 of them. And look how adorable these look. Oh my gosh. I love the way these turned out. I am so going to make more of these. Imagine doing this for every season. I think it looks stunning.
will shelter, I will find. I will find.
This is going to be another simple, very easy DIY. I'm going to take these pages from a book from the Dollar Tree, and I am going to just roll them, and then I am going to tie some jute twine around, and I'm going to make 3 of these.
watch you as you drive. Do you know I'm looking? And I can't help.
I am then going to take this greenery. This is like a faux lavender, and these leftover greenery. I don't know where it's from. I'm going to join them together again using some jute twine. And then I am going to take one of the Dollar Tree jars, and I'm going to hot glue it, the arrangement at an angle. And then I'm going to wrap it with some more jute twine.
Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on. I put my feet up, and we just sing along. And I can't help but feeling.
And then once I'm done, I'm just going to place those rolled up book pages right inside, and it turns into this beautiful little flower arrangement that I think looks so fresh and so cute.
This moment, can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever?
For this next DIY, I'm going to take this leftover burlap fabric from burlapfabric.com. I'm going to cut out just some of it so that I have more of a rectangle shape. And then I'm going to hot glue it, creating a pocket. So I'm going to hot glue the side as well as the bottom.
Forever, forever. I watch you as you sleep. You don't know I'm looking. With you, everything's complete. Do you know how much I love you? I put your favorite song.
I'm sure you've seen me using this stencil before. This is a French script stencil that I got on Amazon. I'm going to start stenciling randomly all over the little pocket. And I do have this stencil in my Amazon store as well, guys.
Just to wake you up. When I dance around, I can't help but feel.
I am going to place a plastic bag just inside of it just to create a little fullness. I'm going to take two more of those book pages from earlier. I'm going to scrunch them up and I'm going to place them on the top, and then I'm going to tie it with some jute twine, create like a little baggie, like a little sack. And I think it turned out so adorable. I love, love, love this one because I just like the simplicity. I like the color tones it has, and I think it just looks great in any mantle or decor.
Just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever.
Alright, for this next DIY, I am going to take this thrifted bamboo mat and one of these Dollar Tree vases, and I'm going to just wrap it with this mat. So I'm going to cut what I need and then hot glue it in about 3 or 4 places to secure it, and then cut any excess mat from both the top and the bottom. I am now going to take this Dollar Tree lace ribbon and I'm just going to tie it on in the middle and make a very simple bow. And that's it, guys. I'm going to add a floral or a flower from the Target dollar spot, and that's it. Such a beautiful vase, so unique, and it has like a tropical feel to it, doesn't it? All right, guys, so now on to the unusual wreath. I am going to take this thrifted basket that I actually painted a while ago. Oh my gosh. And then I'm going to take this coconut liner from the Dollar Tree. I pulled it apart from one of those, like cocoa liners that the Dollar Tree sells in the spring. And I'm going to now kind of turn it and twist it to make it look like a little bird's nest. And then I'm going to hot glue it to the bottom of the basket.
I don't wanna stay here, no. Ain't gonna keep it low now. If you wanna go, let's go. Let's wrap it up and hit the road. I just got an awesome vibe. Striking the winner post now. Liberty's on my
I am now going to take these branches from a Dollar General pick that I got. I think it was at the end of their Christmas season. I don't know why they had them in the Christmas season, but I just think they look springy and green, so I'm going to use them. And I'm just going to start placing them where I see fit. So I think it turned out being like maybe 3 on one side and 2 on the other.
We've taken off, we've left the ground. You gotta understand that we get one chance, one chance. You will never regret the things that we'll do. 'Cause
What I try to keep in mind when I'm creating wreaths is to make it look very natural. I like when things look like they've just been around in nature and it's just not perfect, but it just looks, I don't know, I guess just the best word to describe is very natural. So now I'm going to take these flowers from the Dollar Tree and I am going to just place them. Again, just start eyeing them out, placing them where I think it will look nice and very natural to the shape of the wreath as well as around the bird's nest.
wanna drive through the summer night, and when we are old and gray, we look back at this summer night, this summer night, this summer night. Sleeping in the back of a van, roaming in the wilderness. We don't ever need a plan. We'll be alright, just you and I. Singing from the top of our lungs, dancing by the lakeside. Gonna do it while we're young. In a moment it will all be gone. You gotta understand that we get one chance, one chance. You will never regret the things that we'll do. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night, and when we are old and gray, we'll look back at this summer night, this summer night, this summer night, this summer night.
I am now going to take the welcome portion of this bee sign from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to remove the bee as well as the rounded hanging portion of it. And then I'm going to hot glue it to the front of the wreath.
Someday we will look back, and our hearts will be whole again. I want to remember all that happened to us. 'Cause I wanna drive.
Now I'm going to take 3 of those wooden beads and I'm going to use them as little eggs. I'm going to try to hide the little hole where you can't see it. But don't they look super adorable? This is probably my favorite part of the whole wreath is these little tiny eggs inside this bird's nest. It's so stinking cute. To finish it off, I'm going to add some more of that Dollar Tree lace ribbon. I'm going to thread it through the handles to make sure that they're nicely secure in there. And then that's it. We're done with this one. I love this wreath. I wish I can keep it. I'm not going to keep it because I already have something for my wreath front door decor, and I'm going to sell this one. But gosh, I think it turned out so adorable, so cute, and what a great way to use this basket that I hadn't used in months. I want to thank Kiki for inviting me on this fun challenge. Don't forget to visit her channel down in the description box as well as the playlist to make sure that you watch all these beautiful unusual wreaths. If you're visiting from Kiki's channel or visiting for the first time, welcome. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you consider subscribing and joining our YouTube family. If you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. And I have a playlist here with tons more of inspiration for you. Check it out if you want to watch more. I'll see you later. Have a blessed day. Bye.